Now here's our next project, guys. Got the big girl in here.
How did he?
And we're gonna do injection pump or high pressure injection pump, whatever the heck it's called. It's not really the same kind of pump we're all used to. And we're gonna pull the injectors out and see what the heck it's doing in there. Oh, would you look at that?
My kitty cat.
We got a kitty up in here. That's not a cat engine, that's a Cummins. There, silly kitty. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get the injection serviced up and to see if we can't get a little more horse out of her. She just seems kind of doggy. So I don't think it's ever had any injection parts put in, either pump or injectors. I don't think it's ever been messed with. Should be all factory. And then we're going to go through, let me flip this around here. Then we'll go through and service it, change all the fluids and oil, and get her dressed up for spring work. This tire is a little low, so we're giving her a good shot of air. And then I noticed, oh man, yes, we got an oil leak back here. I think these seals in the 3-point need to be replaced. So that'll be fun. Not really, those suck. Anyway, that's what we're doing with this girl. Gonna get her freshened up and ready for spring work. So yeah, she's a big old girl. Takes up the whole bay here. And we got her cleaned up and got room in here for her. She's pretty tight. Got a little more room up here in the front. I suppose we could pull it up here a little farther, but I like to have a little extra room, so there it is. Big 9150. Well, we've got the big girl taken apart. We got the injectors and the pump over at the shop. We got my pickup here tore apart. Found the oil leak, and it happens to be. Now I thought we had a crack in this plate somewhere because it's missing a support bracket in behind, but turns out there's a couple screws, a couple bolts right in here. That one's missing, and this one here has worked its way out quite a ways, and see it's got a gap in behind it. So the oil is just coming right out of the injection pump or coming around the gears, wherever, and running down behind the plate down along the engine block right there. So not a major malfunction, just a lot of work to get it replaced. I'm gonna go ahead and replace this this gear housing because it's got several stripped bolt holes that we've kind of just babied over the years, and I'm just gonna replace that. But that's kind of a major deal, and you got to pull the cam out to get that gear case out, and yeah, that's anyway. So that's that.
Are we done yet?
So anyway, this girl is in the process of being worked on. They said the pump and injectors should be done in just a couple days, and in the process of waiting, I had a customer bring over a 1466, and the head right around the injector delivery nozzles, or whatever the heck that thing's called, was leaking pretty severely. And he's nothing wrong with it, he just doesn't like it leaking. So I told him hurry up and get it up here while we're doing injection pump runs, and we'll get it switched in and get her fixed up. So we have got a full shop, as you can see. It's stuffed clear full. All kinds of stuff in here. And then, of course, if you have any other malfunctions in the process of fixing stuff, then you get to work on stuff outside the shop. So the boy has a nice little Dodge pickup that had a brake caliper bolt brake. So his brake is basically flopping around inside the wheel. And inside of that, his U-joint on his axle was kind of messed up. So had to pull the hub out in order to get the axle out. Oh my goodness, I don't think that thing's ever been off of there. So it took all the tricks to get that out. We were pounding on it and that didn't work, so we heated it up. That wasn't enough. We heated it up and pounded on it. That wasn't enough. We heated it up, and then we put a puller on it, and then we pounded on it, and finally she come on out. So anyway, it's in the process of going back together. he's got to put a new brake caliper mount and pads and everything on it. So yeah, fun times. But we're making her go. Lots of little things here and there we're doing in the meantime, waiting on stuff to get back from the pump shop. And yeah, pigs are almost ready to go. That'll be fun. Yum yum. So we got the 1466 done and out. It's a noisy chicken in here somewhere. Got the 9150 all done. Got the new cylinders on the 3-point put in. And got a little friendly kitty sitting up there in the seat. Look at that. And we're working on the Cummins today. Nice rain day outside. As I was showing before, there was 2 bolts down inside the gear case that were, well, that one's oh no, it's not. That one's loose also. So we got 3 bolt problems. This one I could see was worked out most of the way. And get this light over here so you can see better. Oh, that's pretty bright, isn't it? Okay. This one was pretty loose. I could see from inside the gear. I couldn't see this one. And of course this bottom one is gone. That's fantastic. It's down in the oil pan somewhere. I doubt it's going to cause a problem. But in order to get to this, yeah, we had to pull the camshaft out. Now you say, well, how the heck do you pull the camshaft out? Well, you pull all your valve train off up here, and then you pull your push rods out, and you insert these little dowels, and they're tapered just a skosh right on the end of them. That way they'll fit down inside. I've got an old lifter here. They'll fit down inside that cup. And depending on where you get your dowels, I thought we'd be all okay, but I got them all at the same place, so they should have been all the same diameter, but some of them were just a skosh loose in there. In fact, one of them back there was pretty loose. As I started to pull the cam out, I was getting nervous, so I pulled the dowel out real quick and put 1 wrap of electrical tape around it, stuffed her back in there, and give her some good whacks with a hammer. Now I just have to remember to not bump these as I'm working up here, because you know, this is what they look like. So if I bump them, they're going to go down, and there's no way to stop them now. See, they're going to go right into the oil pan, and if that happens, we'll be having to probably pull the pan off either out of truck or pull the engine mounts loose and jack it up. That's a major pain in the ass. We've had to do that before on a different vehicle, so don't want to do that at all. So I've got a new timing aluminum timing cover here, gear case I guess it is. I'm going to swap this one out because it's got a bunch of these short bolt holes over here that are stripped out. So I just elected to get a new gear case. So I still got to pull the pump bolts out yet. This one is a real booger. There's just not really any way to get to it. It's, you know, I can't even hardly get the light on it. It's way down in there. You can kind of see it. So I'm going to try to gently pull the gear case forward just a little bit and then pull the pump. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm sitting. Anyway, so let's get back to work here, see if we can't get done. There we go. Got the new cover installed. Got my 4 bolts here in place. It's supposed to be in there that were missing. Well, 2 were missing. Now these are just off the shelf shoulder bolts. I obviously didn't have the old Dodge ones, but these are all 10.9 shoulder bolts with a little bigger head on them. So hopefully they don't cause me any clearance problems. Shouldn't, as they're pretty well in flush with the housing. Shouldn't be any problem. So alrighty, see if we can't get the cam back in. I don't see any lifters falling out yet. Looks all good in there. So hopefully we can slide it back in and not have any problems. Well, there it is. We got her back in. Got the cam in. All the lifters are safe. And I can pop my rubber bands off. There, see, and that one's just slowly going down. This one's going to go down too, see? That's all that's holding them in there. Let's give that thing a yank. Get a little twist. See? Just a little bit of taper on the end of that guy. Yeah, oh, you can't really see it, it's so shiny. There you go. Just a little bit of a taper, and I chucked this up in the drill, and I held it down to the concrete on high speed and gave her that little bit of taper. So that one there fit pretty good. You see they got the extra one here on the bench. Yeah, it doesn't fit as good in this lifter. It's a little bit more worn out or something. Yeah, that one's pretty loose. So you just take it, you just put a little bit of electrical tape on there and get her to tighten up and give her snug. That saved me a bunch of time pulling the whole engine out. Or, I guess on this particular block, you can pull this pump off here and you can access the whole lifter galley on the side, but I didn't really need to do that with the little dowel, so see myself pulling that pump all the way off of there. So anyway, I think that's a good spot to call her quits for tonight. Oh shit, that one's pretty stuck. So, good enough for tonight, guys. Now we just got to button her back up and she'll be ready to go. Well, I've got damn near most all the pickup put together. I went in to get some new batteries at the local hardware store, and they had some batteries they thought would work, but they won't. The posts are centered instead of on the corners where they need to be, so I have to take those back and get some different ones. But got everything back together on the engine. As you can see there, we got the fan idler pulley and the water pumps all back together. The front timing covers all together. Everything's on there. We just got to get the radiator and the fan put in. And while we're waiting on that, we're shining the old 9150 up. Giving her a nice new look. A little bit shinier than she was. The hood and everything's already been done. Looks like we're missing a little bit there. Haven't got that done. There's kind of what she used to look like. This side hasn't been done yet. Go around the other side and have a look here. Yeah, that's a lot better. A lot shinier on this side. This side's been all buffed and finished. Fenders are looking sparkly. Check out the hood up here. This patch there you can see is needing to be white. We did a second pass on it, just wasn't quite matching the rest. So that's got to come back and get the buff out. We're done here in a second. Done a little bit on the frame rails, but it's just worn enough that it needs to be repainted down here, and I don't think we're probably going to do that, but
put some more on, it's getting too dry.
It's not bad. We seen up here where the grill is back inside the nose a little bit. You could see there's a difference in the paint color. We did this by hand, and she's just almost back to the original color. Just a little bit right there. Just a little bit different color, but pretty dang close. And she looks like she's just about finished. Just about back to normal color. And we got the new injectors and injection pump put on there. I need to go over. I need to just wipe it down one more time with the terry cloth and get it, all those little cotton flakes off of there, whatever the heck that shit is, off the fuzz wheel. So getting her polished up. So just got to go back in and trade the batteries out for the right ones, and then we'll see if we can't get this beast to rip roaring. Anyway, we're gaining halfway through March, and we're getting antsy. As you can see, we're just biding our time, trying not to get out and mud things up yet. So anyway, yeehaw. Well, there it is, it's running. And I don't see any oil leaks, so we look good. Got good oil pressure. I'll show you where it was leaking before. Right there where the light's shining is where it was leaking before. Right there where that orange is. The oil was just running down that fucker. Don't see any oil coming out of there now, so I think we got her whipped. Sounds good, yeah. Not much to see on the camera, but I don't see any oil drips or leaks down there either. Injectors all are pretty well sealed up. I don't think any of them are leaking. Let's get the light and have another look-see. That one's good. Those are the two I used to bleed. Looks like we might have a little something back there, unless that's for the bleed. The bleed fuel going by. I think that's what it is. I don't see any. Oh, that one's got a little bubble on it. Snug him up a little bit. There we go. Nothing on that one. Those back there are good. Really hard to see back in there. I don't see any fuel leaks. Those are all good. Now we'll just leave her run for a little bit so we can make sure we don't have any extra leaks. Then we'll get things cleaned up and get the bumper put back on. But unfortunately I can't just get it out and drive it because, well, we're still working on this one. We got it mostly done. We got just a few spots here on the cab yet to get waxed. The rear fender, rear half's done. Just got this, that there's done. We just got to get this here and around the steps, a little bit up over here done yet, and then she'll be finished. Got a new radio put inside, got the headliner put back in. We even took the top of the cab off and got it waxed up. So she's all looking nice. Alrighty. Well, that's pretty much it for this old girl. I'll be out having her test driving here for another day or two when I get this big red out of the way, but it's kind of nasty and rainy out. It's supposed to get down to freezing tonight, have some more rain and snow come through, probably snow if it's froze. Yeah, that doesn't bother me any. We're pretty much done calving. I know we've got 2 cows yet to calf, I think. And they're old cows, so they are middle-aged cows, so they should probably be alright calving on their own and not have any problems. Anyway, that's pretty much it. We're going to be waxing a few more tractors, and I'll try to show those before and after pictures or videos as we go along, and catch you guys in the next one. Catch you later.